On Janmashtami, we love to hear the stories of Krishna's birth and his boyhood and his youth. And these stories are so sweet and so loving, and they awaken that natural love of the heart that we each have within. And they inspire us to live better lives, more perfect lives in the world. And then in the Bhagavad Gita, perhaps the world's greatest scripture, Krishna gives us a map and shows us how to get out of this world and all the way to the final goal of moksha. And he does so clearly and simply. Swami Kriyananda said, the Bhagavad Gita teaches every important aspect of the spiritual path. During activity, karma yoga. During thinking and discrimination, jnana yoga. When feeling and experiencing emotion, bhakti. There's a central teaching in the Gita, however, which unites all the paths. It is Raja Yoga that takes one straight up the central pathway of the spine into the inner silence of divine communion. This yoga makes the Bhagavad Gita truly a scripture for all mankind. It is why Krishna states, O Arjuna, be thou a yogi. There's a beautiful story of Arjuna and Duryodhana visiting Sri Krishna just before the battle. And Krishna offers them a gift of his whole army, or of him alone. But he would not be active, he would only give advice. And of course, Arjuna, the devotee, chooses Krishna only. And Duryodhana, the materialist, can't believe his luck that he has the whole army. And Krishna and Arjuna drive their chariot through the center of the two opposing armies, and those armies symbolize the opposing forces within each of us. That upward moving current that's good, that draws us towards good, and the downward influencing current that draws us into delusion. The chariot is the human body. The horses, the five senses. And Krishna chooses, or rather Arjuna chooses, Krishna to guide the chariot of his life, to hold the reins of the senses, and to steer and guide him in every battle of life. And Krishna outlines step by step this path of yoga that all souls eventually must follow. But he also, at the same time, the Gita is for everyone right now. And its truths can be applied in all aspects of life, of material, of physical, mental, spiritual. Krishna said, in whatever way I am approached, in that way do I respond. All men, by whatever path, come to me. And here's a couple of my, in addition to offering this practical advice in every situation, on every level, he does so also with infinite acceptance and compassion for each of us. And here's a couple of my favorite gems from the Gita. There's Krishna's immortal promise. where he says, wherever dharma declines and whenever adharma is in the ascendant, then I incarnate on earth as an avatar. And he lovingly reassures us, saying even the worst of sinners can, with the raft of wisdom, cross safely over the ocean of delusion. Yoganandaji said that God doesn't mind your faults. He only minds your indifference. Krishna says, perform all actions in the thought of me. But if during activity you cannot think of me, then give me your intentions. Ever striving to discipline your mind, offer to me the fruits of your every labor. But if in this your faint heart fails, bring to me your failure. It's so sweet. And Swami Kriyananda said, never say that I've failed. Say rather that I've not yet succeeded. And you will succeed. We will all succeed. And no effort on the spiritual path is ever wasted. As Krishna says, even a little practice of this religion will save you from dire fears and colossal sufferings. Even a little practice. And once that desire for God, for something greater, awakens in the devotee, then that desire must be fulfilled. Guruji told us that it's already, that desire is his guarantee of liberation. And when finally we choose the light, Krishna tells us, my devotee is never lost. Arjuna knew that the mere presence of Krishna in his chariot would protect him, would save him, and that when the devotee gives himself to God, when he tries to serve, do his best to serve God and keep the thought of him, he's always protected. He's always cared for. And somehow everything in the end turns out in the best possible way when we give ourselves to God. As Master said, as long as you make the effort, God will never let you down. And God's always near. When we do the work of calming our thoughts, doing our best to calm our feelings, then we see him there, then we feel him. As Krishna said, he who beholds me everywhere and who beholds everything in me never loses sight of me, and I never lose sight of him.